Gaining muscle and strength at the same time. Is it possible? Who is it possible for? Can I achieve this magical dream?
No.
Spoiler alert, yes, it is possible.
Wow.
In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about gaining muscle and strength at the same time. The best rep ranges, the best diet. So make sure that you stay tuned for the very end of the video. Before we begin, if you like this video, please do not hesitate to click the like button. It means a lot to me. I had to think about what to say just then, because I'm so lost for words when people like my videos. Anyways, let's get straight into it. So gaining muscle and gaining strength is really just the same thing, because when it comes to building muscle, you want to gain strength, it's just in a different rep range. So strength training is best done in the 3 to 6 rep range, because we need to lift heavy enough. We need to be lifting close to 70% of our 1 rep max. In other words, you are doing a heavy set of 6 reps to 3 reps. That is the best rep range to be building strength. Now, when it comes to building muscle, there's been research showing that 5 to 30 is extremely effective. And for this reason, you might notice that there is a carryover point between the 3 to 6 and the 5 to 30. 5 to 6 reps does build muscle. And so we want to think about our strength training. If we are trying to build lots of muscle and strength at the same time, sets of 5 to 6 are very useful in training. So why is the rep range for building muscle so large? Well, there are different types of ways to build muscle. You always hear people talk about chasing the pump. We call that metabolites. So metabolites are the breakdown and the buildup of waste products in the muscle. And that causes a lot of burning, it causes a lot of swelling in the muscle, and that also grows said muscle. But so does tension. So tension is when the muscle fiber is just working in general. That is why there is such a large range in the spectrum. As strength athletes, we can leverage that. We can get really jacked and really strong at the same time by going heavier on the rep range. A good way to do this is by using top sets. A top set in powerlifting is where we use a heavy set to really focus on lifting heavy weights and getting good and strong. We then do back downs, because if we continue to do sets of 4 and 3, it'd be so fatiguing and so difficult. So we do back downs of sets of 4 to 6 to build more volume and to get more strength from a lighter rep range. This is useful because we can do a set of 4, do back downs of set of 6, get a lot of strength work while also getting a lot of muscle building work, because we're in that 6 rep range. When it comes to powerlifting, it isn't just about your strength. That sounds really strange, but the number one factor when it comes to powerlifting success within your weight class is how jacked and lean you are. The strongest lifters in a weight class are the leanest and the most jacked. And that is because muscle is what moves the weight. It's what pulls on your tendons and acts on your joints to push a weight. They've done research on this and is a huge factor. You need to be getting muscular as a powerlifter. That's why I kind of laugh at the concept of power building. It's just like, yeah, I want to get strong and build muscle at the same time. It's just like, that's just called doing your accessories. Powerlifting is power building. We phase our training so that we can build lots of muscle, build lots of strength, and so that we perform the best in competition. Using a top set approach is an effective way to do both at the same time. Let's touch on accessories. Accessories are supplementary movements to our main lifts. In powerlifting, we want to be focusing on our main lifts, because that's what builds strength in the way we want to build strength. You are not going to be a professional bench presser if you don't bench press. You need to be doing bench press if you want the best bench press. It's called specificity. And so for that reason, we focus on our main movements. We then use accessories to supplement our main movements and make us even better as powerlifters. Accessories are great when we are trying to isolate certain muscles to bring them up. If someone is having a weakness in their back during the squat, we can add accessories to build more muscle in the back and help them get stronger. For this reason, most of our accessories are focusing on building up the muscle, such as the triceps, your back, your quads, your hamstrings. We use accessories for almost every muscle group, except biceps and calves, because we don't like those muscle groups. Why? Honestly, I don't know why. Maybe I can use genetics as an excuse for having small biceps. In actuality, I just don't train them. But in all seriousness, the biceps and the calves are not very involved in powerlifting, so choosing to do them is personal preference. The point is, accessories build strength and also build size. So if you are going to be in the power builder crowd, don't skip your accessories. Otherwise, you're just like not doing what you said you wanted to do. It doesn't make very much sense. And being like, yeah, I'm a power builder, and you show up for like a heavy set, you know, like cry on the floor because your girlfriend broke up with you and go home. It's like, congratulations, you've probably actually done nothing. You've achieved nothing, my friend. Do your accessories and you'll be a power builder, because you'll get jacked and strong at the same time. So getting jacked and strong at the same time works really, really, really well if you're a very beginner. If you're a beginner, you're gonna have a very easy time getting super jacked and super strong simultaneously. As you get more advanced, that's not gonna happen, because you just get worse at building strength and muscle in general. So theoretically, the best way to build the most muscle is not the best way to build strength. You have to separate those two phases to get the best, the maximum amount of results. If you focused 12 weeks of your training purely on building muscle, you might get an extra 10% of the total results as opposed to doing it together. If you wanted to just build pure strength, you're probably going to get an extra 10% of the best results you ever will by just focusing on pure strength. That's the reality of the game. And so as you get more advanced, you need to be phasing your training because you're just not able to grow as much. You're not able to get as strong as quickly. So as a beginner, it's a great idea to do both at the same time. And even as an intermediate, late intermediate, it's a brilliant idea to keep doing the same thing because you build lots of muscle and you get a lot of practice with the main movements. But as you get to be a more advanced athlete and you become a more specialized athlete, you might need to start phasing your training so that you focus more on strength one block and more on hypertrophy or building muscle in the other block. Peaking before a competition, the goal is not to build muscle at all. The goal is to do the least amount of work to maintain our muscle and get super ridiculously strong at 3 things. That is the competition squat, bench, and deadlift. If we want to maximize building strength and muscle at the same time, how are we going to modify our diet? Well, the best, most anabolic state to be in is to ensure we eat a high amount of protein and a high amount of calories. You need to be at a surplus and you need to be eating enough protein to get the best effects of gaining muscle and strength at the same time. So take your body weight. If you're in kilograms, times it by 2. That's how many grams of protein to eat. If you are in freedom units, pounds, take your body weight and that's how much protein to eat. You need to be ensured that you're in a surplus. So eat 200 to 300 calories per day above your maintenance. In other words, gain 1 to 1.5 kilos every month. That is a good weight gain rate to maximize your results. For the same reason that being advanced makes you suck at gaining muscle and building strength at the same time, being in a deficit or at maintenance also reduces your sensitivity to training. So if you want to get this phenomena, you need to be maximizing how responsive you are to training. So keep that in mind when you are dieting during this process. Before you leave and click off this video, make sure that you subscribe below. I put a lot of effort into making these videos so that you can get the best results. And all I'm asking for in return right now is a subscribe. Comment below what tips you're going to use from this video and let me know how you go in gaining muscle and strength at the same time. I will see you in the next video, which you can click right here. That's the video I'm going to see you in. Great. Okay, goodbye now.